Because when people play like you all, it's just convincing the skeletons to stay the hell in the closet and away from you. And for you just to be you. No judgment. Just love. The great thing about musicians and music and young musicians is that every note you play is an opportunity to redefine yourself. And this is the wonderful roller coaster of making live music come to the public.
Should be more collectively impassioned.
How do you do justice to Larry? He's extraordinary in so many ways. He's gifted as a human being. He's gifted as a father, as a teacher, as an educator, as a conductor. He made you feel like you were safe, that you were cared about, that you, as a human being, were nurtured and loved completely. We actually have a saying in Australia, it's called as happy as Larry. And so if anyone was happy, you'd say, oh, they're as happy as Larry. And really, it feels like that saying was made for Larry. He was always happy. He would always think of the glass half full instead of the glass half empty. And that was a constant inspiration for all of us.
Larry came to the Shepherd School at exactly the right time in the Shepherd School's evolution. If you think about his arrival, at that point the Shepherd School had decided that orchestral training was going to be primary to its mission. And the faculty was growing, and it was a faculty across the board that was completely committed and aligned with that mission. And then along comes this visionary and incredibly talented young, at that point in time, music director, and all the pieces come together. And then what follows that is more than 30 years, a trajectory, an upward trajectory of the program, and therefore the orchestral program, and therefore the school. Where the school ended for Larry and versus where it began, largely because of his contributions, is truly something that we should celebrate.
When I walked in the building the first time after Larry died, it was palpably empty in a way. It was weird. And then, you've seen the door where people wrote all these things, and my wife, she says, I got to go in before classes start, she says, because I know when I see the door I'm going to start crying, and I don't want to be around anybody else when I do. Larry was a one of a kind. I've worked with a lot of conductors, but I've never worked with anybody who recognized how deeply collaborative that position is.
Larry had an extraordinary impact on our students. In the days immediately following his passing, I was overwhelmed by the many moving messages that I received from students expressing their grief and also their deep admiration for Larry and what he had given them. For example, a former doctoral student, Larry was such a formative figure in my education. He inspired an incredible passion and work ethic amongst all students. He held us to such high standards, and yet we knew he was doing it for our benefit, to teach us to be the best we could be. And on another note, a student shared words that she addressed to Larry after he left us. Even when your health was declining, you somehow had more energy than all of us. You always gave the music your all, which made us want to do the same. Even though you wanted us to remain curious about new discoveries, you told us to stop, smell the flowers, and cherish every precious little moment, not only for the sake of art, but for the enrichment of our lives. You reminded us to be thankful for the lives we live. I am eternally grateful for you. May your spirit live on forever.
I think that really his salvation was the music, and I think that's what enabled him to get through it. That was a real testament to what he stood for and what mattered to him.
When we lose something, it's difficult because it means we have to change. We have to figure out a new way of making music. And when we all lost Larry, a number of us, particularly the students under his care, we've been struggling. We've been trying really hard to figure out what's next. What do we do with this? How do we process this huge hole in our musical universe? And one of the things that I'm beginning to realize in my own journey through remembering Larry is that when you lose things, you get an opportunity to kind of not only appreciate what it is that you've lost, but to imagine what you want to do to carry that legacy forward. And I think that we're all inspired by Larry to keep moving forward and to keep being better than we have been in the past. And in particular, the way that our students approach music, what they expect of themselves, how Larry expected all of us to never be satisfied with what we were doing on stage. I think that kind of legacy for Larry, with the kinds of students that we have here at the Shepherd School, that's going to live on forever.
For 3 decades, Larry was a truly extraordinary part of the Shepherd School as a conductor, teacher, colleague, mentor, and friend. His impact on the school's incredible trajectory is immeasurable, and his legacy of musical excellence will live on through the lives of the countless students and patrons he impacted over the years. In honor of Larry's distinguished contributions to the Shepherd School and to Rice University, I'm proud to announce that he will be named Professor Emeritus. This honorary title will help memorialize Larry's mark on our university, and most importantly, this title will hopefully convey Larry's profound contributions to the musical arts in our country and beyond.
I feel such deep pride to have spent these weeks with you in this project. All of the important things have happened. This evening is just, and tomorrow evening is just an opportunity for joy with one another. This is essential. And to know that we're here for each other. We are always. I am the blessed of them. So, have the time of your lives. I can't even begin to tell you, so I won't try, what this does for me personally, both inside and out. Between now and then, if you have some time to drink a good bit of water and maybe even recline, it'll help your soul and your spirit, and I love you. Thank you very much.